Suriname soon after I obtained my watch-keeping ticket on a surface ship, and thereafter the journey has been very satisfying, fruitful, and very rewarding. See this collage of the crests on my left pretty much sums up my entire journey in the Navy. It includes the crests of the ships that I commanded, as well as the headquarters that I served in, and the ships that I served as a young officer. The high point of my career in the submarine arm was my association with the first nuclear submarine, INS Chakra, which was inducted into the Navy on a 3-year lease from the Soviet Union. She was commissioned on the 5th of January 1988 and returned to the Soviet Union then on the 4th of January 1991. I remember coming from an exercise in the Andamans when I was staff officer operations and the staff of Captain SM8 in Visakhapatnam. In the service aircraft, which was for the CNC Admiral Roy, and he asked me a question as to what I thought of a nuclear submarine in the Indian Navy. I actually told him that I don't think our leadership was for it, though it would be a very good step. And then he told me that since you are young and probably you will be a future leader in the submarine arm, you must start thinking of nuclear submarines and not only thinking of them but operating them. And as luck would have it, within a month I was transferred to Bombay to the staff of Captain SM9, and there I happened to be taken by the captain to INS Amla, where a lot of personnel had been assembled ostensibly for selection for a nuclear submarine crew. So my association with the INS Chakra was right from the beginning until the time she was actually returned to the Soviet Union. In INS Amla, there was a selection of the crew, officers and sailors, which had to keep in mind the compatibility of serving on a submarine for a long period, which is what is the forte of a nuclear submarine, and their competence in their professional subjects. By about August of 1982, we had finalized the crew, and thereafter it was only a matter of time before we were deputed to the city of Vladivostok in Soviet Union. But as always happens in such cases, there is many a slip between the cup and the lip, and despite the fact that we had been shortlisted and selected to proceed at short notice, our actual departure to Soviet Union Vladivostok took place only in September of 1983. We were there in Vladivostok, about 60 officers, out of which 52 were married with their families, and 140 sailors for 30 months, that is from October 83 to April 1986, during which we completed our language training and the specialized training for manning and operating a nuclear submarine, including a period of 12 months of practical training at sea. It was hoped that during this period that we would complete the formalities for contracting the submarine on lease, but that did not materialize, and therefore in April 86 all of us returned and awaiting going back to Vladivostok to commission the submarine. Also, because the same submarine had been used to train us for a year plus in Vladivostok, she needed a bit of a refit before she could be made ready for the lease. In August 1987, we were able to assemble the crew for commissioning, and we proceeded to Vladivostok, where we were subjected to a refresher course and practical training on board as well as some outings at sea. before we could commission the submarine. The submarine was commissioned on the 5th of January 1988, and we left the shores of Vladivostok on the 15th of January and arrived Visakhapatnam on 3rd of February 1988, where the then Prime Minister Mr. Rajiv Gandhi received us. We also took him for a short shorty to sea, and then came back to harbour in the evening. Thereafter, the submarine remained in India for 3 years under 3 different commands. The first command was under Captain R. Ganesh, who was the commissioning commanding officer. The second was under Captain S.C. Anand, and third was under Captain R. K. Sharma, who was the commissioning XO of the submarine. But soon after we had returned in February 1988, he got promoted to captain and left for naval headquarters, and I took over from him as the XO. So, in the first cycle, de facto, I was the XO of the submarine, though not formally appointed. And we did a very satisfying operational tenure. In the next cycle, I had gone away to my own command of a Kilo class submarine, and I returned to Chakra in the third cycle in June 1990 with Captain Sharma at the helm, and also a crew which had been mostly trained in India, because that was our policy that after we had come back, we should find replacement crew who had been trained in India. And we had a very satisfying third cycle, and we operated with a fleet of both sides, the western and the eastern coasts. We did many unique things, including an endurance patrol, which has been highlighted in the book that I have written on this subject, that is the history of Finest Chakra. And in December 1990, we were asked to head back to Vladivostok as the lease could not be renewed, and we reached Vladivostok on the 4th of January, and the submarine was handed over to the Soviets. After that, the crew returned, and the assets which we had created specially for berthing and for radiation safety aspects to maintain and operate Chakra in India were also disposed of. After that, I did various assignments in the Navy, and my last assignment was as the Principal Director of Submarine Acquisitions at Naval Headquarters, and I was there for 5 years, and I thought that was also a very satisfying tenure, because I could formulate plans almost long term for 30 years for the growth of the submarine arm. The fact that the Indian Navy graduated from conventional submarines to operating nuclear submarines within a span of 16 years speaks volumes of the crew, the training that we received, and the principles of safety and operations that were passed down to us by the pioneers of the submarine arm. And we did the same for the future generations of the officers and men who would operate nuclear submarines. After we had returned Chakra in 1991, the Soviet Union got dissolved. So as a result, there was a hiatus for about 10 years before the next Chakra could come, and she arrived she was contracted for in 2003 and was delivered to the Indian Navy due to some hiccups a little late in 2012 for a 10-year lease. But this entire exercise, of which I had been an intricate part right from the beginning to the end, ensured that the Indian Navy got its nuclear triad, that is having a submarine with ballistic missile submarines, as well as attack submarines propelled on nuclear power, and laid down foundational principles for operating such vessels. This bodes very good for the Navy, and the Navy has now truly established itself as the sword and the shield of the Indian Navy. That the submarine arm is now the shield as well as the sword.